Darren O'Shaughnessy, who commonly writes under the pen name Darren Shan, is an Irish author. Darren Shan is the main character in Shan's The Saga of Darren Shan young adult fiction series, also known as the Cirque Du Freak series. He followed that up with the Demonata series and the standalone books Koyasan and the Thin Executioner. Then came the Saga of Larten Crepsley, which is a prequel to the Saga of Darren Shan. He has most recently finished a 12-novel series, Zombie. The first book went on sale in September 2012, with the final book, Zombie Goddess, published in April 2016. Darren also writes for adults, and has published the City book trilogy and Lady of the Shades under the name of Darren Shan, and The Evil and the Pure and Sunburn under the name of Darren. Early life. Shan was born on the 2nd of July 1972 at St Thomas Hospital, London. At the age of 3, he started school at English Martyrs near the Elephant and Castle. When he was 6, he moved with his parents and younger brother to Limerick, where he has lived ever since. He received his primary education in Askeaton and attended secondary school at Copsewood College, Pallaskenry. He returned to London to pursue a degree in sociology and English from Roehampton University. Career. Shan bought his first typewriter when he was 14 and wrote many short stories, comic scripts, and books that he never finished. His first success came to him at age 15, when he was a runner-up in a TV script writing competition for RTE in Ireland, with a dark comedy story entitled A Day in the Morgue. He finished his first novel at age 17. Mute Pursuit was never published, but he loved the writing experience, so he started focusing on novels more and not on short stories. After university, Shan worked in a TV cable company in Limerick for 2 years, before becoming a full-time writer at the age of 23. His breakthrough came with IUI Marker, written under his full name instead of a pen name. It was published in February 1999 by Orion Publishing Group and did not sell very well. The sequel, Hell's Horizon, published in February 2000, was thought by some to be a better book, but sold fewer copies than the first. IUI Marker was re-released in March 2008 under the title Procession of the Dead and the pen name D.B. Shan. Hell's Horizon followed in March 2009, and the third in the trilogy, City of the Snakes, in March 2010. In January 2000, Shan released Cirque Du Freak, the first book of the Saga of Darren Shan series in the UK and Ireland. The series was a huge global success, and by 2016 his books were on sale in 39 countries, in 31 languages, and had sold in excess of 25 million copies worldwide. Personal life. He lives in Limerick, Ireland, with his wife Bar. On the 23rd of September 2014, she gave birth to the first child. Books. The Saga of Darren Shan, The Vampire Blood Trilogy, Cirque Du Freak, The Vampire's Assistant, Tunnels of Blood, The Vampire Rites Trilogy, Vampire Mountain, Trials of Death, The Vampire Prince, The Vampire War Trilogy, Hunters of the Dusk, Allies of the Night, Killers of the Dawn, The Vampire Destiny Trilogy, The Lake of Souls, Lord of the Shadows, Sons of Destiny. Koyasan, a short novel release for World Book Day in the UK in 2006. It is now out of print. It has also been translated and released in several other countries. The Demonata. The Demonata is a 10-book series. Lord Loss, Demon Thief, Slaughter, Beck, Blood Beast, Demon Apocalypse, Death's Shadow, Wolf Island, Dark Calling, Hell's Heroes. The City Trilogy. The City Trilogy was written for adult readers and was originally released under the name of Darren O'Shaughnessy. The third book was never published and the original versions are now out of print. They were published by Orion Publishing Group. However, in March 2008, Marker was republished as Procession of the Dead by the Voyager imprint of HarperCollins. Hell's Horizon was released in March 2009 and City of the Snakes was released in March 2010. All three books are now also available in the US, as well as in several other countries. Marker, renamed Procession of the Dead, first published in the United Kingdom in February 1999 and later in Russia, re-released in the UK in March 2008. Hell's Horizon, sequel to Marker, first published in the United Kingdom in February 2000. Re-released in March 2009. City of the Snakes, last book of the City trilogy. It came out in the United Kingdom on the 1st of March 2010. The Thin Executioner, a one-off novel. The Thin Executioner was released in April 2010. Inspired in part by the adventures of Huckleberry Finn and based in a brutal, fantastical world, it details the perilous quest of Jebel, the thin son of a respected executioner, to petition a fire god for invincibility, so that he can succeed his father. Jebel Rum is a thin, scrawny boy. His father is the famed executioner in the city where they live. When Jebel is humiliated in public, he sets off on a quest to gain great strength and invincibility. If successful, he will be able to compete in a grueling contest to prove himself and replace his father as the wielder of the axe. Failure, on the other hand, means certain death. To win the favor of a fire god, Jebel must make a human sacrifice. He finds a slave who is willing to pay this grisly price, and the pair set off on a trek through lands deadly and unwelcoming. In the course of their travels they will encounter hatred, bigotry, slavery, death and more. Shan has often stated that this is his favorite out of all of the books he has written over the years. The Saga of Larten Crepsley. This is a 4-book series covering 200 years in the life of Larten Crepsley, a vampire first introduced to readers in Cirque Du Freak. Book 1, Birth of a Killer, released in the UK and US in October 2010. Book 2, Ocean of Blood, released in UK and US in April 2011. Book 3, Palace of the Damned, released in UK and US in September 2011. Book 4, Brothers to the Death, released in UK and US in May 2012. Zombie. On the 12th of October 2011, it was announced that Darren Shan's next series for teenagers would focus on zombies, and that the title of the series was Zombie. There will be 12 books in total. The first book was released in the UK and USA in late September 2012, and the sequels are following at a rate of one every 3 months, except for the last 2 books, where the gap is approximately 6 months. On the 7th of March 2012, Darren Shan gave a world-exclusive reading of the prologue of the first book in the Dubai Collage, Dubai. Darren revealed that the name of the first book is simply Zombie. The second book's title was released as Zombie Underground and is about B waking up in a military facility with no memory months after the initial attack of the zombies and being put into a military regime. B begins wondering about the zombies the scientists are keeping and why they chose to save B in the first place, and who can be trusted. The third book is called Zombie City. It is about B and what happens when she comes out of the underground and back outside into the city. The fourth is Zombie Angels, and focuses on what happens when B meets up with a group of teenagers who are fighting to restore order to the living. The fifth is called Zombie Baby, and it sees B encounter a figure from the dream world of her past. The sixth is called Zombie Gladiator and details what happens when B falls into the clutches of a group of power-hungry tyrants. Zombie, released in the UK on the 27th of September 2012. Zombie Underground, released in the UK on the 3rd of January 2013. Zombie City, released in the UK on the 14th of March 2013. Zombie Angels, released in the UK on the 20th of June 2013. Zombie Baby, released in the UK on the 26th of September 2013. Zombie Gladiator, released in the UK on the 2nd of January 2014. Zombie Mission, released in the UK on the 27th of March 2014. Zombie Clans, released in the UK on the 3rd of July 2014. Zombie Family, released in the UK on the 25th of September 2014. Zombie Bride, released in the UK on the 24th of February 2015. Zombie Fugitive, released in the UK in August 2015. Zombie Goddess, released in the UK in April 2016. A short novel titled Zombie Circus, set between Zombie Gladiator and Zombie Mission, was released on the 27th of April 2014. This is officially book 6.5 in the series chronology. Lady of the Shades. Darren Shan's next book for adults was the standalone novel Lady of the Shades. It was released in the UK and Ireland on the 30th of August 2012. The book begins with an assassin, Sebastian Dash, eliminating a civil rights campaigner he has been paid to kill, tying the lace of the victim's right shoe while leaving the left lace undone. His signature, Edward Sivking, a horror paranormal genre author, is in London, researching SHCI, spontaneous human combustion, for his new novel and documenting ghost spirit appearances for personal reasons. He meets a stunning lady who goes by the name of Delina Emerson on a boat party he's forced to attend on Joe's insistence. What follows is a twisted, bizarre and shocking trail of events that may leave Ed battered, bruised and broken forever. The Evil and the Pure and Sunburn. In 2014, Darren started publishing his books for adults under the name of Darren Dash, so that they would not be confused with his children's books. The first, in 2014, was The Evil and the Pure, followed by Sunburn in 2015. Darren plans to write the rest of his adult books under this pen name from this point onwards. Online short spin-off stories. An essay on vampires by Steve Leopard, Book 1 tie-in story. Annie's Diary, Book 1 tie-in story. Tiny Terrors, Book 2 tie-in story. Transylvania Trek, a short story written by Sam Grest. Santa Claus, Lonely Lefty, Book 3 tie-in story. Bride of Sam Grest, another short story written by Sam Grest. An Affair of the Night, Book 5 tie-in story. Short stories. Hagura-san, originally written for Kids Night In. Young Alan Moore, originally written for Alan Moore. Portrait of an Extraordinary Gentleman, a book written to celebrate the 50th birthday of Alan Moore. The Good Ship Tree, originally written for the Times Educational Supplement and accepted. Life's a Beach, originally written for the Times Educational Supplement but rejected. Gaia Festo, Who We Are, originally written for Guys Write for Guys Read. The Saga of Darren Shan tie-in short stories. See above. Unpublished books. In July 2009, Shan revealed that he has written first drafts of 53 books in total. 31 of those are published or due for publication over the next few years. The rest includes some books that he is working on for the future, along with some he might one day return to and publish, and others that he will probably never do anything more with. Two of the unpublished books are Mute Pursuit and The Cannibal King. Mute Pursuit, a futuristic cross between the Terminator and Stephen King's The Dark Tower. This was Shan's first completed book at age 17. The Cannibal King. This was originally going to be the 12th book of the Saga of Darren Shan. Book 11 was originally meant to be much longer, including elements from the first half of what became Sons of Destiny. The Cannibal King was never published because it was originally part of the planned 24-book saga. Shan had planned to write 18 to 24 books for the saga, with half of them taking place in the future waste world shown in Book 10, The Lake of Souls. For reasons explained on his website, Shan decided to end the series with Sons of Destiny, which was written and released instead of The Cannibal King. He never reveals anything that he read in this book, because there is a possibility that he might one day write a follow-up series to the saga, which would take parts of this book as its starting point. Film. Universal Studios bought the film rights to the first 3 books of the Saga of Darren Shan and combined them to make a single film, Cirque Du Freak, The Vampire's Assistant, released in the US on the 23rd of October 2009. Lauren Schuler Donner produced the film and Paul Weitz directed. The original screenplay was written by Brian Helgeland but rewritten entirely by Paul Weitz.